British DJs, an American voiceover. It's the Harley and Josh Show.
Dun, dun, dun. It's a Harley and Josh Show.
It's snowing!
Oh my god! Exactly, I feel like we're on the ice planet of Hoth right now.
Oh, totally that.
The Hothley and Jedi show.
The Hothley and Jed show.
It's Jed. That's so. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, it's good. You just sound like Tony Blackburn.
Welcome to the
No, now you're Prince Philip. Oh, say something racist. Just
panties.
Oh goodness. So on the note of panties,
yes.
Nothing about panties. Why have you brought a puppet, Harley?
Because last week I promised that we were going to have a guest this week. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today due to work commitments because we do our radio show
Monday,
at
yeah.
a trash time a week.
Trash.
I thought I brought Lucy with me to.
What, as in Scarlett Johansson's terrible film? You just bought the DVD.
Yes, no, I brought. Her name's Lucy. I named her Lucy. I don't know anyone else who did.
Right.
So anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, go onto our Facebook page and have a look at beautiful Lucy terrifying Josh.
It's kind of it sounds kind of creepy. It's facebook.com/Harley and Josh show if you are interested, because it's kind of like It the Clown just came to Ipswich.
She's lovely.
Sure.
She's harmless.
Well, what you were making her do wasn't lovely. So.
I was not doing anything wrong.
Sure. Okay. Just keep telling yourself.
Let's just put it that she has a.
Let's put it to bed. I mean, I know you did. What are you doing? What have you been doing this week?
Oh, okay. I've had an incredible weekend, man. It's been really good. So my weekend started on Friday, as it does every week.
Nice, useful.
And I had a night off, so I went to the Stephen Lay's open mic night at in Aldeburgh at DB's in Aldeburgh. I went with Justine Demare, friend of the show, and listener.
Yes,
I think
she is.
She does listen and she does enjoy.
Poor thing, she can't get rid of us.
No, she just can't get us out of her head. Phones. And
Don't make Kylie Minogue references, please. Carrying on.
Just can't get you out of my
Great,
head.
fantastic.
No,
that was stuck in my head. Great.
Yep, I'm going to stop.
Oxymoronic.
So,
Carrying on.
Anyway, so we went to the open mic night. It was a tiny little pub, lovely atmosphere. Some really great players.
DBs. Isn't it DB Cooper was the most famous criminal that ever got caught? Never got caught.
Never got caught. Perfect crime.
Yeah.
You steal a load of
Do you
money.
think that's why? Why it's called DBs?
I did wonder, but I don't think it is.
My goodness, so that's why they never found him. He opened up a pub in Suffolk and now does open mic nights, and now he's laundering his money.
To be the guy behind the bar was wearing a skydiving outfit, so maybe.
Was he a skeleton also?
To anyone who doesn't know who DB Cooper, it's my favourite story of a guy.
Wasn't that in Up the Creek as well? Or was it?
They did talk
Without a paddle.
Oh, was
The
that
film
was
with
that DB's
Seth Green.
treasure?
Yeah, so
Oh,
supposed to be about DB Cooper, wasn't it?
I've only just realised that's the reference that they're making.
Yeah, it's DB Cooper.
Ah,
There we go. Anyway,
there we go. Yeah, no.
so you had your open mic night on the Fridays.
Yes.
Solved ancient.
Solved the
crimes.
ancient mystery of where is DB Cooper.
Yeah.
Turns out Aldeburgh. That's why such a lovely place. And
Yeah, I mean that's why it's so affluent.
they
I
say
guess.
it's just trickled down from his.
And they say trickle
Fine.
down doesn't work.
Yeah, it does work in Aldeburgh.
Apparently.
Yeah, so that was a really good night. I got chill there for a bit with Max Wildwood.
Great.
Haven't seen him for a long
From
time, so it's
Jackson
good
Co.
to. Yes.
We will be playing with on New Year's Eve
Sick.
with Beer
course
and
you
Co at
will.
St Peter's the Waterfront.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I'm not going to be there. Got my own gig on New Year's Eve. We'll talk about New Year's Eve in a bit. We've
Yes,
been
we shall.
meaning to talk about it for like a couple of weeks now, and then we just don't.
This is the eve of New Year's Eve.
This is New Year's Eve.
Not quite.
No. Anyway, so Saturday. What did I?
Sorry, that was a really good noise. Dude, I'm going to do Saturday. Dude.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what I did during the day, but I think it was useful.
Good.
So-
For whom?
But
Oh, well, yeah, on a broader sense, I'm sure it was useful to someone. Like
yeah. In the evening, I was
you
playing.
dropped a crumb and an ant ate for a day.
Yes,
Yeah,
there we go.
that was
There,
useful.
I've done my bit for Ant Society.
Good.
But I was playing at Sudbury AFC, I think that means Amateur Football Club, I don't know, for a 50th birthday party and
Cool.
with the mementos, and that was a really cool night.
Nice.
We were playing 10 till 11 and then 12 until 1, so it was a pretty late one.
Yeah, that's pretty late, yeah.
And we were thinking no one's going to be there for the second set.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone stayed to the end.
Really?
Like, it was a really, like, everyone was having a great time. And not just because of us. I mean, they were there for a party for someone.
I do that at the end of a set. I'm like, thanks everybody for coming down and sticking around. I'm like, I know you're not here for us, but it's still thank you.
I appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah, I do it at weddings. I'm like, thanks for coming to watch us. I mean,
thanks for being there for your friend's wedding that we just happened to be here too.
That's just a bit convoluted.
Yeah. But there was also the daughter. There was a singer who was a friend of Laura's.
Right.
Who she did a set
Nice.
at the beginning, but then she also got the birthday man's daughter, who's a very good singer. She did a set, a few bits, and really aced it really well.
I love when that happens. I love when somebody goes, I can sing, me! And you're like, yeah, sure, all right, come up on stage. And they're just like, oh! You're like, okay, you can sing.
What made it even better, her twin sister, they got up and they did a rap about to her dad.
Oh my goodness! What a composed rap!
A composed rap. They did it to the backing of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but about their dad, and it was just tearing it out of him. It was great fun. It was hilarious.
It was
Everyone was in. Oh, it was a.
You had a rap roast.
Rap roast.
In tinfoil.
Duck rap roast.
Gravy.
Oh.
Sorry, it's Christmassy time.
Should we go for food after this?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
We're ravenous.
Yeah, so we did that. Then they also, the daughter and the singer did an ABBA set. They did about 20-minute medley music from start to finish.
Fantastic.
Like, straight from
gaps,
one...
No gaps.
No gaps. So one song to another.
Well done.
Did a set.
No breaks or rests either. Like,
No.
I've been as a dancing queen. I am a super trooper.
Yeah, they were playing it all in 7/8, so there was no breathes between. It was great. We went up, did one song whilst the girls got changed. They came on, did a couple of songs with us, and then we finished the rest of the night. And it was just a really fun night. It was cold, very cold when we were packing down.
It's the worst thing about this time of year.
Yeah, and unfortunately, our keys player Nick dropped a semi-bombshell on us saying that he was going to be leaving at the end of the year, which is a bit of a shame. Because I really like Nick. He's an incredible player, and we're still not sure what we're going to do in terms of either replacing him or seeing if we can go on as with one less member in the band sort of thing. Because we don't really want to replace him because he's that good. Exactly. But he's going to be taking on new directions, going to doing some original music. He's playing with a folk band whose name I terribly can't remember, but we'll play some next week. Yeah. But yeah, he's doing a great. He wants to sort of go in that direction, and we fully support him doing that because he's a great musician, and he almost, I dare say, he's almost wasted with us.
Is it? Well, just you get him drunk all the time.
Yeah. It's just I've never seen him drunk, but I really want to. I can imagine he would be hilarious drunk. Nice. I'm sure. But he's a really good creative musician, very smart, and it'd be good to see him sort of pushing his boundaries of what he can do. So I
it's quite difficult to do that. I was talking about this on a video I was making, which I'll get to, about when you are singing other people's songs, there's only so much that you can bring to an audience when you are using somebody else's words. If those words are coming from you, or those notes that you originally, wrote, even if they are kind of derivative of old songs or something like this, they still came from your brain. So it feels like you can give an audience some more emotion because you understand the words more. Yeah, and it's the same with Nick's playing, I'm sure. Great. Okay. Cool. I just want to interject between. Do you had something going on Sunday?
Oh, I did indeed. But
in between, let's leave that on a cliffhanger. I want to say a very huge happy birthday to my housemate, my best mate, and bass player.
Should we sing happy birthday to him?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Merman. Murray, yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Murray. That was
Happy
Impilo with MIA. You can find that on iTunes. How was your Sunday then, Harley?
How was my Sunday? Well, I had a great day travelling to London in the snow.
Oh.
That was
Quick
scary.
fact here. Did you know what the German word for snow is?
What?
Schneit. So you were travelling in the Schneit. You were up to your knees in the Schneit.
There was so much night in and around me.
Okay.
Why
was there Schneit in you? Why were you eating it? Was it yellow?
We got thirsty.
Carrying on.
Okay, so so me, my friend Matt Last and Dan Jacobs, we decided we would head to London to go see The Darkness.
Oh, sweet.
So we were. I got a message
I saw the picture of that. What was the venue?
It was at the Apollo.
Hey, I knew I'd been there. I went there with James Hicks and Kyron to see Yumi at 6. It must have been 2012, I reckon, something like that, or 2011. Mental. Yeah, I just remember seeing the front of it. I was like, oh man, where have I been there before?
Yeah, it's quite funny. I went inside and I was like, have I been here before? Because the shape of the room is so almost the same as Brixton Academy.
Really?
Inside is, I mean, the decor is different, but
the seats have been taken out and it's still got that slope.
And then you've got the top tier, and it's on the slope, and it's very similar.
Yeah.
No, it was really good. I got a message from Dan first thing in the morning going, yeah, because of the snow, we're going to take my car, because Dan's got a 4x4, so we're like,
nice.
Going to take my car because it might be a little bit better in the snow. And he has a little dial that tells you which version of
how many wheels to use. Yeah.
Well, you've got different modes. You've got like performance mode, eco mode,
Dorian mode,
Mixolydian, snow mode.
Nice. Schneit mode.
Yeah, which is flat everything apart from the 7.
Good. I think that's Locrian.
That's Super Locrian.
Yeah,
actually, no, Super Locrian's flat everything.
There we go.
Anyway, so that was quite a show. It was.
Were you impressed?
I was very impressed. I know last week Connor Adams supported them at Norwich.
Oh, right, cool. Or the LLC.
Yes.
LCC. LCR. That's it. There we go.
Whatever.
Yeah,
them.
Somewhere.
That place. And he...
I'm thinking of limited liability company. Not a lot lower common room. Me and anagrams. Cool.
Something.
Cool.
But he wasn't playing last night, but I did see him in the lobby on the way in. So obviously he still had tickets to go see it. And
cool.
But he was really looking forward to it. It's great because I was like, was it good? He was like, it was great last week, so it'll be good this week.
So I listened to some of a new single that came out. Was it about a train or something? I can't remember what it was called. I wasn't that impressed. But I think maybe it's just because The Darkness were a huge thing for me growing up, and I didn't mind the cheesiness because I didn't have an understanding of what cheesy and tacky was when I was a kid.
Well, this is a thing. What I noticed about the show, and we were chatting about it afterwards. I bumped into Oliver Bakeman from Oddball and Shifty Twins and our friend Danny McCulloch. They were there at the same night, and we completely didn't realise we could have gone in one car, but we didn't.
Right, brilliant. But did they have a mode?
Oh yeah,
they didn't have modes.
No, they were just standard.
Do they even nodes?
They don't even mow.
They don't even modes.
I said, what's great is it's almost a parody show. Like they had all the tropes of a rock show, of a hair rock band, whatever.
Yeah. Rock of Ages,
with a tongue-in-cheek esque, but it wasn't mocking the genre.
Right. Mocking themselves.
Yeah, it was just being self-aware, Like before their last song, he's like, "Cool, we're going to play one more song, although we have left out a few of our fundamental tracks that you may know from our previous stuff. So, you do the math."
Very good.
He
Does he still have a mustache?
Yes, and a weird chin beard thing.
Is he nicking Oscar Charlton style now?
It was very Oscar Charlton style.
He's stealing Oscar Charlton style. It's not okay.
Oscar Charlton.
There's only room for one Choska Alton.
He did a whole bit. Spoiler alert! If you're planning to go see them, spoiler alert. Where the song stopped, and he went, "I'm going to throw this pick."
Does he believe in a thing called love? Is that the twist?
He does believe in a thing called love.
I'm sorry, you've just ruined it for everybody.
Surely you should know that by second
spoiler alert,
second release. Come on, if you don't know by now, you will never know this. But he was like, right, I'm going to throw the guitar pick. It's going to hit that disco ball, and then we're all going to go mad. And he threw it up, missed,
right,
and he kept it going. He did this about 6 times.
Brilliant.
And went, that's right, we'll come back to this. Oh, no, one more. Missed. No, we'll come back to this later. And, right, there we go. And went back into the same song. It was just hilarious.
Right.
And he did all this at the end of the last song. It stopped, and he picked up a pick. He went, boom, straight and hit it. And then everyone just went mad for it. But he did all these little bits, but for the whole time, nothing seemed contrived.
Right.
I was like, these can't be just on the cuff. But it seemed so off the cuff. Nothing seemed overly rehearsed or.
Well, I've heard that about their shows before, where the people. I think that's the kind of tipping point between bands sometimes. So there may be lots of bands that are better songwriters or whatever than the Darkness, but that doesn't mean that they're gonna do better than the Darkness if they've got a good show. Yeah. They've got a good stage show. And they can keep a crowd engaged by making them feel like this show is specifically for them. Yeah. Then, you're going to be great.
That's it. And if you can do a good show, the genre of the music is not really specific. I'm sure you know this because you've done gigs
and covered the Darkness.
Yeah, but you play in a rockabilly band and you get everyone dancing. Now you could probably do. A metal band. Well, you've done a metal band and you get people dancing, you get people into it. You could probably do a country gig if you've got that stage performance that makes people go, I don't care what's happening, I'm liking the music and I'm liking this guy that's on stage telling me to dance, so I'm gonna dance.
Dance, full dance! Mine puppets, yeah!
Puppets?
Oh no.
She's
she's staring right at me.
She's looking at you.
She's staring right at me. I've got to take a picture of this and put it up so people know how terrifying this is right now.
She looked like she's waiting for something from you.
Amazing.
She looks very into you.
Oh, God. So was that your entire weekend?
That was my entire weekend.
Well, that sounds like you deserve a good, lovely little...
Harley did stuff well done, buddy.
I would like to put on a song by Kid Mojo. This one's called Fear Cloud, which is a live recording of a track they did on YouTube. You can't buy this.
Where was this?
I got it from them.
Where was this lively performed?
It was on Get Known Be Heard.
Oh, yes.
Which is also the same place that we got the Carousel track for Shivers. So, yeah, check this out. This is Fear Cloud by Kid Mojo. Oof!
That was lovely, that.
Right, Fear Cloud by Kid Mojo. I play that because we want to play a little bit of a tribute to Steph, their bass player. She is having her last gig with them.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, this weekend. She will be playing with them at Manning's on the Saturday the 16th of December. Which will be with support from Ash Carr and Jamie Edmonds, who does Rock Project.
Yes.
So, so I just wanted to say, we'll miss you. She's a fantastic bass player.
Really
I really
good.
love
really
her
good,
tone.
yeah.
She was going through this small Mark bass amp, I think, and
with
the long
Dan
horn.
Electro.
Yeah, long horn Dan Electro. And I was just saying to her that, I'm really impressed with your style. And she said she's never had lessons before. She just went from guitar onto bass. And she just sort of picked it up, so she's just a bit of a natural, really.
I would say that surprised me. I've only seen them a handful of times, but I remember watching it because I will look at the bass player naturally. But she seemed like she had good technique.
Yeah.
And
can do
good
something
style.
that I can't do, which is that disco. I'm still working on getting that up to speed. And she's like, I don't,
I kind of do a cheap way with that, which I didn't realise I did until Birthday Boy Murray pointed it out.
Right.
Because I use 3 fingers when I play rather than 2.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing the octave, I'll hit the is this index finger?
Yes.
So I will hit the low with my index finger, and then I'll do the bada with
annular, then mayor.
with my third and second finger. Let's go 1, 2, 3. So I'll go 1, 3, 2, 1, and so I had that bun. Did it, did it, did it, did it, did it, did it, did it. It was hard to do.
But moving up onto, so if you're going from your E string up to your D string,
yeah.
Okay, I get you. So using your third and second finger on the third string, but your first finger on the E string.
I might do a little video on my YouTube just to show that little technique. So so any of you guys want to see that.
Well, she was really good with that. Alex Lenton from Motherfunker was also really good with that.
He's got a real nice groove.
Yeah,
just sits really nice.
But then they're both bass players that have never really gone deep dive into studying it, but they're just great, and that's just one of those things that's lovely about music, is that you don't have to be sitting there just piecing apart every single thing. Sometimes you're just naturally good. But I think Steph is a tribute to bass players. I got to talk to her about a mutual love of ours, Kruang Bin, which I think I've talked about on the show before. But if you get a chance to listen to Kruang Bin, you can listen a bit as to where Steph gets her sort of her feel and timing from. Because have you listened to Kruang Bin?
I have not.
I was going to bring someone for the show today, but I thought, as we've got your track, then we should let you have the track for once. But they're fantastic. Murray introduced them to me, and we saw them at Glastonbury. I'm sorry, I wasn't talking about us playing Glastonbury. Oh, ding, 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 ding. There we go. Oh, great.
I almost didn't notice that. You could have got away with that.
I could have got away with that. But it was tipping it down. There's a three-piece guitar, bass, and drums. Drummer's very understated, but is fantastic. He's very sort of Bernard Purdie and holds a groove. Very good with ghost notes. Guitarist has got this pentatonic Hendrix style to him, but really pushes the boundary still. And bass player, she was a bit of an angel. I watched her on stage, I was a bit in love. But with this unwashed mass, watching them play that are dressed to the nines and making this lovely, vibey, summery music, and we're just getting rained on and just feeling knackered. But I remembered from sort of hour and a half of watching them play, I was lost because it's so vibey.
Forgot where you were. And thought you were in a lovely sunny.
Yeah, exactly. Place. So if you want to listen to some of that, it's Kruang Bin, KHRUANGBIN. But we'll put it on the thing anyway.
Comments in the show notes. Links in the show notes.
So I want to ask myself a question. What did I do? Well, not a huge amount, really.
Okay, let's move on.
Right. Did a couple private gigs, but most of the time I have been sitting on a bit of a hot pile of musical eggs.
Yes.
Yes, there we go. That's where I was going with that. Because as I've been saying on the show for a couple of weeks, that I've been writing a whole new albums, and have been sort of stuck there writing lyrics. That's the thing that gets me stuck most of the time, is lyric writing. Do you have trouble writing lyrics, Ollie?
I have no trouble writing the first verse, and it gets progressively harder after that, because you put your good bits in the beginning. That I find sometimes that's hard, is to try and keep a thing going.
Keep a train of thought.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. That's the thing. Like the way that I write a story, I will come up with the first line, and the first line will mostly just write the rest of it. So one time I just put down, the thing about this guy is the first line. I was like, right, okay, who's this guy? Who am I talking about this? And why am I worried? And that kind of wrote a story, which I'm kind of doing as a spoken word piece over the top of one of the songs that I'm going to be releasing.
Nice.
But it kind of, my sort of worry was that I keep saying, I could write a sort of a rock and roll song in 5 minutes, which I have done, but it doesn't mean it's going to be any good. And it's also that thing of you can sit there and write songs. My baby left me on the other side of the telephone, and you could rewrite stuff. Yeah. So I wrote one of these songs just called Supersonic, which is balls to the wall, Gary Clark, like rock and roll, but with sort of horn sections and these kind of things that get people dancing, the same kind of jivey thing that we want. But I wrote all the lyrics about supporting the local music scene, and that's where I start to worry, because you're reading what you're writing and you're going, yeah, I agree with that. But you are pushing outside of yourself. You are sitting there going, okay, these are my views. I'm pushing them out there. I'm trying to encourage people to go out to gigs more in vocals. I'm trying to sort of encourage people to be more wary of promoters that don't want to do the work through these lyrics. And I'm worrying that it's a bit pretentious that I'm kind of forcing these views on people. What do you think about that? Because let me finish this. Sorry, I was watching a Gregory Porter documentary, which has been blowing my mind. Yeah. And there was a great episode just called Truth Tellers, and it was about Jill Scott Heron, Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, and them being less of singers and more truth tellers, and just and you listen to the words. So what do you prefer? Do you in lyrics do you prefer substance or melody?
For me, I like the substance. But there again, all the songs that tell a great story, they are often paired with a great melody, but it depends what you listen to in the song, if it has both, if you know what I mean. One of my favourite lyricists is Guy Garvey from Elbow. What's the song that the one off the Seldom Seen Kid album that... I can't remember the name of the song, but
is he just kind of a scene kid some of the time and just got? I'm seldomly a scene kid.
This I think it's based on the whole album's a tribute to a guy that was a good friend of everyone's in the sort of the local community, but was a bit of a recluse, and I think he took his own life.
Right.
So they did that song, they did that album as a
tribute.
As a tribute to him. And
so there was a lot of the lyrics were meant to tribute them.
The last song is like heartbreakingly beautiful as such a understated song. It's all the instruments playing as quietly as they physically can, and then it builds up with an orchestra.
Wow.
And it's all about saying, yeah, we might not see you often,
but we miss you, man.
But we
love you. Yeah,
and but like, you know,
okay. Well, that's the thing, like, because when you're doing sort of the music that we play, and when we're doing covers, people aren't often there to be having their mind open to something, man. It's just they're trying to release.
Yeah.
So you know, you got to be careful when you're sitting there just talking politics or points of view sometimes, because it's not often that you'll hear Bill Haley just talking about free Tibet or something like this. It'll be shake, rattle and roll.
Well, in a similar sense, me and my family we saw Elbow at Reading a few years ago. And my dad didn't enjoy the gig because he said he loves their music for that kind of like real heartfelt lyrics and stuff like that. But they were just there playing sort of feel good music and the sort of the upbeat songs that he wasn't so into.
That's the opposite end of the spectrum.
But
I like that. It's kind of like with people get annoyed watching Devil Wears Prada, metalcore band from. They're still going. They've got a new album actually, but when I saw them, they were very Christian metal, and they would be constantly preaching in between songs, just sitting there going, "Oh, we're only here because of the Lord," and I'm like,
yeah,
I get it. It's your views, man, but I'm not here for that.
Yeah, I like Avenged Sevenfold for that kind of thing because they're a Christian band. They're with very Christian beliefs,
or Under Oath.
Yeah. And they're very much open about that, their devotion and faith, but then all their music's all about the devil and hell and stuff because it's similar to that. It's part of that band's show and their story.
Yeah,
so they're kind of almost a dramatized band. That's the story they're telling, and although they are all God-loving musicians. They're there to put on a show for the metalers.
I mean, that's what we are most of the time, is entertainers. But anyway, so Harley, I want to know one thing. What's going on Saturday in specific?
It's snowing. Oh, what on Saturday? I don't know. It might not be Saturday.
It's snowed.
It's snowed. So we, as we said last week, we're supposed to have a guest. We brought Lucy with us today. Unfortunately. A ventriloquist puppet is not really radio material.
No, really not.
It's like, what do you think?
I'm talking from over there that side of the room. Oh, hey, what are you talking about?
See, mouth's not even moving. Who knows?
Yeah, cool. Anyway, so we were supposed to have James Skindred here.
Yeah, James Skindred.
Yeah.
James, who was going to be talking about the gig on Saturday, which was Dark Seed at Venue 77.
Right. Was he coming from Apocalypse to fight the Justice League with Steppenwolf? No? Okay, cool.
Okay, Karen. He was hoping to come along and talk about that. Unfortunately, he won't, so I'm going to have to try and reel off as much of the information as I can as I open up my Facebook app because I'm bad friend.
Yeah. Well, that's good because what was the charity that it is in aid of?
This one is for St Elizabeth Hospice.
Lovely. They've done a lot for my friends and family.
Yeah, it's a great charity. It's a great institution, shall I say?
Yeah, definitely.
And they have.
I've done gigs for them in the past as well. There's sort of definitely times when, I've had to step in last minute as well when people have let down charity gigs. I'm like, crikey,
You always feel obliged to do stuff like that, especially for something you really, really sort of believe in.
Music is a healer.
This is So it's a Dark Seed gig. I played with them in April, I think, this year. I was playing with Matt White. And it was a charity fundraiser, and the gig was called Smells Like the 90s.
Lovely. So, where is this gig on Saturday then?
So it's at Venue 77.
Venue 77, lovely.
Yep.
In the bit at the back?
In the bit at the back. And I think they're sticking with the all 90s music. Part of reason why they're doing all 90s music, because they haven't played together apart from this
since the 90s.
So all of their songs were 90s tracks, including the bands who were supporting doing covers and stuff. And it's just a really good night.
How much is it to get in, do you know?
It's £10 to get in.
£10 is all going to charity.
All going to charity, all profits.
All to St Elizabeth Hospice.
Yeah. Also, on the ticket site, if you're not able to go, but you really want to help the cause and help raise a lot of money for them, there is also a donation ticket. If you can't go, you can buy a ticket just to donate £5 to charity. I bought my ticket and I put a donation in there as well. I said to James, I was like, I'm not 100% sure that I can go, but if I can...
But, the money's there.
Yeah, if I can't, I've paid the money because it's something I really support.
It's good on you, man. Good on you.
And, it's just... you will have a great night. They put on an amazing show.
Yeah, and it's a nice venue in there as well.
Yeah.
It's a nice venue. And I know that they do, if it is for charity... They do a very good either deal or for free Venue 77 just to support local charities, which is good.
And it's great if you wanted to put on a charity event to speak to the venues and say it's for charity and hope that and a lot of them will do whatever they can to help, whether it is doing a deal or putting out buckets by the bar or stuff like that. And I fully support charity shows and stuff like that because. It really does help the cause, and it's a good way to put on a lot of a great night of music, which I love, as well for something that that's for a good cause.
Yeah, definitely. I want to make sure that we say rest in peace, Malcolm Young, for that one. And on topic, St Elizabeth Hospice do a lot for people with dementia, which unfortunately took Malcolm Young for us. So if you were saddened by Malcolm Young's departure, get involved with this gig on Saturday. Totally. But anyway, there's lots of other stuff going on this weekend, which I'd like to get a deep dive into. Firstly, the Three Wise Monkeys are having their 3rd birthday.
Oh, right, nice.
Yeah, 3rd birthday. And so they are putting on a huge weekend.
1 year for each Wise Monkey.
It's Matt. Yeah, exactly right. Good. What did you say? Reach Wise? No.
Each Wise Monkey.
There we go. So they've got 3. It's like a Swanfest-esque weekend. Swanfest, exactly. So they've got so music from Thursday until Sunday, including people like Sam Ryder and Carousel, who we've played on here before. They're reforming after they come back from uni. 15th of December they got Impilo, which is why we played them earlier. Piers James, Dilute to Taste, Shiners, Shooty and the Bang Bang, and Super Glue. Saturday they do have the Baskervilles, which is why we played Kalashnikov a second ago.
Nice.
Rad Pit.
Nice.
And Ghosts of Men, all Harley and Josh Show favourites. And on the 17th, on the Sunday, they've got Gavin Bauer Band, Laura Wyatt, Leanne Kay, and lots more to be confirmed. So that's all weekend, all free entry, all at Three Wise Monkeys. Woo!
Woo! Woo!
Okay, but more importantly, I have a gig. I have 2 gigs in Felixstowe this weekend. Friday at the Grosvenor, which will be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Also, but the big show, which I am really been looking forward to all year because we've had this booked for about a year, is we are celebrating Christmas. This is our Christmas show at Landguard Fort. We are actually playing inside a Napoleonic era fort. In the dead of winter.
Yeah,
5 till 7 this Saturday, as there are Christmas markets, there's Santa's grottos, all the stuff that the kids can enjoy, but there's also, like craft stalls, things like this, and mulled wine and things like this for the adults. But yeah, we will be finishing the thing off with pyrotechnics and everything. This is going to be the show of the winter for us. I'm really looking forward to this. So yeah, you can find tickets at Landguard.com.
Yep.
And through our Facebook, if you can go out to JS and the Lockabillys, that's lockabillys.com. All of these different things. Please, it would be nice to see you on Saturday because it would just be a nice little Christmas thing if you haven't got anything else planned.
I wish I could make it.
Well, what are you doing on Saturday, my friend?
I'm going to be at the Abbey at Woodbridge School because it's our Rock Project end of year show.
Final performance.
Good luck, for our Woodbridge students.
Can anybody come to that?
I believe anyone who's friend or family of the band. If
you guys know anybody that is in Rock Project and you want to support, that's this Saturday.
Yep. Tickets have to be pre-bought. The music starts at 4:00. I think it's 4 till 6 or 4 till 7, something like that. We're going to get there nice and early and set up, but we've got a whole pro sound crew doing everything for us, so it's going to sound great. The kids have been practicing their performance as well as their playing. So
good luck to them. Good luck to them.
That's good.
We did miss something on the Friday actually. One of my favourite local bands to go and see live for covers, Albion Mills, will be playing Cult Cafe this Friday.
Sweet.
I do love watching them because they get Pink Floyd's sound down.
Yeah.
And the Doors and all these fantastic songs that you haven't heard covered before. Not just doing Money or not just doing Another Brick in the Wall. They're doing You're Comfortably Numbs or they don't think they did that. They did Time, I think, from Dark Side of the Moon, and the guitar effects are fantastic. Anyway, Albion Mills this Friday.
Cool.
Cult Cafe. East Town Pirates Christmas Party with the Black Bullets and Smart Alex. That will be at the Steamboat Tavern this Saturday.
Who's supporting? I did wonder because it was originally supposed to be Guts supporting. Unfortunately, they can't make it, so it was good to see that they've got
some more support. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah,
I'm hoping to be there. Bass player, drummer from Guts, Nate Davenport, is still coming along to support the show, and I can't wait to see him because he lives up in Lincoln.
The great thing about this is this show or the next show I'll mention will be a good after party for our show at Christmas at Landguard Fort because we are not playing until 5 until 7, so it's going to be finished quite early, so 7 p.m. So if you just don't want the music to stop, you can get along to the Steamboat.
2 gigs in one night.
Exactly.
Nice.
Right?
Do you have plans? Do you know where you're going to go, or you going to see how it goes?
It's either the East Town Pirates I will go and see because that will be a great show.
Yeah.
Or Kid Mojo and Steph's last gig at the Mannings with support from Ash Carr and Jamie Edmonds. That's this Saturday 16th at Mannings because Kid Mojo are just a fantastic act to go and see. Like Dan Gallagher, I love it.
Yeah, I was chatting with Rainer the other day, and he did give me some exclusive first listens to some of the early mixes of the new East Town Pirate record.
Nice.
They haven't got vocals down yet, but it just sounds incredible. Is it?
Where were they recording?
Is it Amblin Man?
With Ian.
Yes.
Ian Crow. Fantastic.
Yeah,
I did my first ever EP there with Stratospire and Ian Crow.
He gets a great drum sound. And this is no exception.
Horrible story. I was very hungover on the first day of recording there. And they have a loo right next to the waiting area and to the drum room. I did a horrendous poop. And it literally stunk out the entire studio. And poor old Ash Paul was recording drums while it's coming through the vents into the drum room, and there's no other venting. It's just literally just coming from there. So, oh god, I want to apologise to my boys from Stratospire and to Ian Crow from Amblin Man. Ian still reminds me of that every time I see him.
I think it still smells.
It still smells. So yeah, great. Anyway, but he's a fantastic guy. So let's play one more song. If if you guys wouldn't mind. It's been fantastic. If you guys have been enjoying our show, please like and share the page. Please go on iTunes. Please go on YouTube. Please follow us on our Instagram pages and Twitter.
Hit subscribe.
Hit subscribe on the YouTube video. And yeah, we will love you forever. This next song is one of mine to promote our shows this weekend. This was available on the Swanfest 10 CD. This is also available on our iTunes. This is Go Go Dancer by me and the Lockabillys. Thanks, guys.
Radio.
Boo. Oh, great. That's Tony Blackburn, yeah.
Do you want to build a snowman? It's the Harley and Josh Show on iRadio.